Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWargaming.com, and I got some behind the scenes for you of a new faction for our game, Ravaged Star, that is fully 3D printable. This is the Steel Spectres. This is only part of them. This is what we managed to get printed and painted in time for this video. And they're basically space pirates. That's what they are. So I just want to put that in your head. And yes, that's just like an ornithopter from Dune, which I love so much. It's actually my favorite model. And so we are going to be running a Frontier, which is a My Mini Factory version of Kickstarter, where you can get all the STLs and print this army up, and it'll have rules compatible with Ravaged Star, obviously, and also eventually we're going to make a one-page rules compatibility as well. Now, if you recognize some of these models, that's because they were created by iDemo Games, one of the creators of Ravaged Star, and actually released on GameFound a little while ago as the Revenant's Run. So they weren't originally part of Ravaged Star, but we have negotiated the ability to have the rights for them, so now they are being transferred over officially to Ravaged Star and expanded. So if you were one of the backers of Revenant's Run, hold off because we'll give a upgrade pack so that you can just get what happens to be new. So when I say expanded, I mean like the units have been increased in size so that there's more poses, and there's new units that have been added as well. And to be honest, I don't remember exactly everything that was from Revenant's Run originally, so some of these might be new, some of them won't be. But yes, anyways, it'll be on Frontier. So it's pre-marketing right now. So if you click the link below and head over there or go to miniwargaming.com/pirates, then it'll redirect you there and you can sign up and actually get a free STL of one of these minis to print right away. And I am working hard to do some really early alpha rules for them so I can do a playtest battle report because I have John from War Budgies here this week, and so we're going to try to film a battle report and get that out for like next week for when this campaign actually goes live. And we've priced them very competitively. And for those of you that don't have 3D printers, we will be doing the 3D printing for these models as well for print on demand. So we'll do army bundles and individual squads and all of that. So I'm excited for this because what it allows us to do is expand on Ravaged Star and continue generating revenue for it so we can continue building the game while we're waiting for the much more lengthy process of mold making and PVC models that are part of the current campaign, which is unfortunately taking longer than I wanted. So it's not going to be available for the October release that we had thought. It's going to be not quite sure yet. We'll post updates in the GameFound for those of you that have purchased that. And so in the meantime, you can actually get official Ravaged Star models to play with and a new faction. And we plan on doing more releases like this over the next few months to continue to allow us to generate the revenue. And then every once in a while, we'll do a big GameFound campaign for PVC models for new factions as well. So it'll be a mixture of both of them. And so the nice thing is that this doesn't slow down the production of the PVC in any way, because at this point, everything is handed off to the factory. So really, it's just how long we wait for them to produce them and to assemble them and to ship them. And in the meantime, we've got sculptors who are able to continue working without slowing anything down, artists who can keep working. I can keep making rules and making videos about this. And I also think that it's the future of wargaming that companies do provide at least a certain portion of their armies as 3D printable files as well. Like, I know there's a big talks like, should Games Workshop be doing that? Should they allow you to 3D print their models, or at least some of their models? And I'm not actually sure of the answer. They're obviously making lots of money, so what they're doing is working. But will they still be working in 10 years from now? And I don't know. I do know that if I were in charge over at Games Workshop, I would either come up with an entire faction that is designed to be 3D printable, but at the same time still have it go to HIPS, go to their plastic injection molding, because there's a lot of people, the majority of wargamers, do not have 3D printers. And 3D printing resin miniatures is actually more complicated than people like to let on, and more dangerous as well when it comes to a lot of the safety stuff. I'll be making a video about that. So I do think, though, that companies should provide at least supplemental models as STLs and also print on demand so that it just diversifies, right? And whether the entire range should go STLs, I don't know. It probably is a bad idea if they did that because the cost of making the molds is drastically high. And they have kind of a big overhead beast, what I mean by that is now that they have as many employees as they have and factories and buildings, that if all of a sudden they can't just stop producing as much because the overhead remains. And so I know that we have that same kind of thing here, not anywhere near the same degree as them, where, now we have a building and more employees, that kind of changes how you have to approach, how you make your videos, how you advertise, how you try to make money from everything, and all of that. So I get it. I get that it's not an easy choice. And even we're trying to still figure it out. Like, was it a good idea to provide these as STLs? Or should we have just waited and gone to PVC? I don't know. I'm not sure. All I know is that we're just figuring it out, having fun while we do it, and hopefully providing you guys with models that you're going to enjoy collecting and painting and playing with as well. So this is the Steel Spectres. I'll get more details at a later date. But essentially, like I said, if you go to the link below and do a sign up for free, there's no obligation, to the Frontier, which, like I said, is the My Manufactory version of a Kickstarter, but for STLs, for 3D printable files, then you'll get a free STL with no obligation that you can print and test out and have fun with and do whatever you want. And then I hope that some of you will consider actually backing it so that we can continue providing more revenue for Ravaged Star in its development. And the fun thing is, too, that this whole thing is going to launch next week on the 17th. It's the Wednesday. So whenever this video is posted, 7 days later. And the STLs are already ready, which means when you pledge, you get them right away. You don't wait a month or 2 months or 6 months. They're just ready to go. And future factions will be the same way. And so a quicker release. And like I said, shortly after, we'll do 3D printable as well. We just got to get all that arranged. So anyways, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And there will be more pictures and videos. And I'm sorry, this keeps going out of focus. There we go. But I hope that you enjoyed this, and we'll go and check it out. So this is Matthew. Happy wargaming.